So how do we eat? The big question. Like I say, even what the data I see in the restaurant is transition to everything I've known over 26 years, right? Motivation's high on Monday, sales 10, 11K a day, down to Friday where it's like 3 or 4K a day, all right? So I see the trend. I see broccoli, kale, everything selling more on a Monday. I see potatoes, sweet potatoes, selling more on a Friday, okay? See, same what I know, right? Motivation starts high, wavers through the week, okay? So how do we eat well? What we do not want to do is eat too strict a diet, right? When we start off, why we don't have a big workout into this is too much at once. You're like, I've got to work out, I've got to get that, I've got this. It's too much, right? That's why the workouts are easy and progressively, naturally, by your progression, gets better because you control that. It's not like worrying about having to go to the gym and this and that. It's just natural in your own motivation. So how do we eat? So what we do is simple. Let me start with this, that we keep it flexible, okay? Because if I give you a diet, and I can provide examples, and what I do is provide loads of examples and you kind of copy and pick and what works for you. But the biggest theory, what we do is we've got to eat. So effectively you go onto any calorie counter, I've got one on my website, any calorie weight loss calculator. Put in height, weight, age, you've done it a million times before probably, how much you want to lose, and it spits out a figure, what you should eat, calories, okay? And protein and kind of carbs, fat. And I can provide that, I'll show you the calculations, I can send that to you, it'll be a download somewhere. So what we do is focus on eating a lot of protein, okay? And what do you think when I say eat a lot of protein? You probably think, hard to do, gonna clog up my bowels, not gonna be able to shit, farts are gonna stink if I have protein shakes, kind of negative things, and it's also hard to do, okay? To get 180 grams, 200 grams of protein into your diet, it's reasonably difficult. And that's kind of the reason we need to do it. And I'll tell you a little bit why we do this, okay? Protein's not just for building muscle, right? It's for like skin, joints, health, all these different aspects, hormonal health. These aspects of health are super important to us past aesthetics, okay? And everyone pretty much undereats protein. There's very little, and that's why we're in this obesity epidemic, right? Because people are way fat, carb heavy, and not enough protein. So why we do this? First of all, protein fills you up, okay? So if you eat, imagine eating, this isn't what we do, but imagine eating 2 chicken breasts at breakfast rather than a bowl of Weetabix, right? You're gonna probably be full till at least lunchtime if you eat 2 chicken breasts, right? If you eat Weetabix, you're gonna be like, oh, I'm hungry an hour later, right? 2 reasons: blood sugar spike, the release of sugar and food and energy into the blood, versus protein versus Weetabix is hugely different, right? So first of all, digestion slows us down. The digestion of proteins is slow, so the glucose gets released into the blood way slower. With fast-acting carbs, Weetabix, toast, whatever, classic breakfast, it's way faster. So that'll go in, then it's done, your blood sugar drops and you feel hungry again. With protein, the spikes. I'll put a couple of graphs up so you can see what I mean. First of all, you're not as hungry. The 2-3 hours when you're eating, you're not getting the spike of blood sugar, so you're not getting hungry, so you've got more sustained energy. So that's kind of why we want to get protein in, one of the reasons, okay? Yeah, so it fills us up for way longer, and it also provides a more balanced release of energy into the system, okay? And we're not overeating by carbs, right? If you can imagine, I've got 10 chicken breasts for you to eat a day, and this again, nothing like we do in the diet, I'm just explaining why we focus on protein. 10 chicken breasts to eat, or you've got 3 or 4 Mars bars, what's probably the similar calories. What do you think is going to be easier to eat throughout the day? You could probably do 3 or 4 Mars bars. Well, I could do it almost instantly, but you could probably eat them easily by lunch. You know what I mean? 10 chicken breasts, you're going to be like, how the hell am I going to eat 10 chicken breasts today? Okay. So you can, if everything's easy to eat, what's easy to eat? Croissants, biscuits, carbs, sandwiches, all carb, fatty based. why we have to go towards protein, because it's way easier to overeat that way than it is protein. Okay, so classic example of a daily diet would just be getting kind of a source of protein in at breakfast, your eggs, your bacon, your sausage, gives a good chunk of protein. Lunch, your chicken breast, your steak, your meats, with a few vegetables to help with that filling aspect, with rice. This isn't a zero carb diet. This isn't a super clean diet. You can have sauces, you can have cheeses, you can have taste. It's not about being ultra clean. It's about getting enough protein per meal to sustain the energy, to sustain the release, the slowdown of protein. And then dinner, sort of similar. It was kind of steak, that a protein source with your pasta, with your rice, with your vegetables, whatever it is. Okay. Then in between, we have kind of high protein snacks, what could be sort of eggs, your pulses, your protein shakes, your protein bars. There's loads of different things now. That's another video. I'll show you how to find those. But once we have that diet structure, what's super easy, we then have to understand how to transition that into real life. That's the difficult part, okay? Because anyone can just say, right, I'm going to eat, high protein meals if I'm sat at home. How do we do that when kids are running around screaming in the morning, crying, refusing to get ready? You've got an office meeting at someone else's office. You don't know where it is. You don't know how you can eat. You've got a client lunch at night, or you've got to rush home to have food with the family, and the family, the kids don't eat protein or they don't like this. So how do we do that? We'll talk about that next. So if you want more tips around health and fitness, follow my page, subscribe. And I'm Bradley Hill, founder of Upgraded Health System and Simple Health Kitchen, and I hope to be able to help you on your journey.